NHL 24 is here. So what we're going to do today is we're going to redo the NHL with a fantasy draft according to the NHL 24 most valuable players. So we'll see how this will go. I'm predicting number 1 will be Connor McDavid. Number 2, Cale Makar. Number 3, Leon Draisaitl. I feel like that is pretty obvious. I'm going to go number 4, Nathan MacKinnon. And number 5, I'm debating between Roman Josi and potentially I'm gonna go 5 Roman Josi. Or no, I'm gonna go 5 Vasilevsky. Why not? So let's start the career here. I have the Ottawa Senators. It's on a fantasy draft. I'm gonna put this is how it is. This is how it is. So the Winnipeg Jets have the choice to choose who they want at first overall. Let's start the NHL fantasy draft round number 1. As the dog's going crazy, but oh my god, so quick. I forgot about a couple players, but so far 100% correct. So Connor McDavid first overall, 97 overall. Of course, Cale Makar going in at second overall to the Pittsburgh Penguins at 95 overall. Leon Draisaitl at 95 overall. Nathan MacKinnon at number 4 at 95 overall. And David Pastrnak comes in at number 5. I didn't expect that one, to be fair. At number 6 overall, the St. Louis Blues, well, it's pretty funny because his dad played there, select Matt Tkachuk. Austin Matthews drops to 7th pick to the Colorado Avalanche. So Colorado goes from Nathan MacKinnon to Austin Matthews. Not that big of a downgrade. Connor Bedard, 8th overall. Franchise potential is probably what's helping it there. Goes to the Montreal Canadiens. The Ottawa Senators, we're on the clock here. I'm going to sim to user pick and see what happens here. The Ottawa Senators draft Mikko Rantanen. Next up, the Columbus Blue Jackets are going to take Nikita Kucherov. The Buffalo Sabres take Elias Pettersson. And then the LA Kings take Roman Josi. I had it at number 5. I know I went Vasilevsky, who still has not appeared. And interesting to see no teams players have gone back to their regular teams. The Edmonton Oilers go from Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl to Jason Robertson, Adam Fox to the San Jose Sharks. The Blackhawks go from Connor Bedard to Braden Point, Charlie McAvoy, all the way to the Vancouver Canucks. The Thrill Kaprizov, franchise potential, pretty sick. Off to the Detroit Red Wings. Artemi Panarin off to the newest franchise, the Seattle Kraken. Victor Hedman heading to the Boston Bruins. So Boston gets a little bit of an upgrade, maybe. Depends on how you look at the two players, from Charlie McAvoy to Victor Hedman. Mitch Marner is joining the Vegas Golden Knights, while the Tampa Bay Lightning now get Alexander Barkov. Washington, Rasmus Dahlin. The Vasilevsky 5th overall pick goes 23 to the Arizona Coyotes. Jack Hughes rounding out near the end of the first round, going to the Philadelphia Flyers. Ilya Sorokin, our second goalie off the board, goes to the Florida Panthers, and Shesterkin right behind him, going to the Dallas Stars. Owen Power off to the Minnesota Wild, and Timmy Stu, the Ottawa Senator legend, off to the New York Islanders. Tage Thompson, 29th pick to the Calgary Flames. Jack Eichel to the Ducks. The Anaheim Mighty Ducks get Stanley Cup champion Jack Eichel. And Erik Karlsson to the New York Rangers. And to end it off, Sid the Kid goes to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Just kidding, the Nashville Predators. Start by just reviewing 3 rounds, and then we'll actually simulate the year and see how each of these players do. Heiskanen is going to be the first overall pick in the 2nd round, followed by Nico Hischier, still looking for a player to join their regular squad. Mo Seider, a bunch of youngins all going, and 2 really good defensemen going early. Quinn Hughes to Calgary, going to go play with his brother's former team. Mikhail Sergachev going pretty high to the New York Islanders. Connor Hellebuck off to the Minnesota Wild. Nikas is going to Dallas. Josh Morrissey to Florida. Clayton Keller to the Philadelphia Flyers. Aho is going to the Arizona Coyotes to play with, I believe, Vasilevsky. Brady Tkachuk going to the Washington Capitals. Still don't think I've seen Alexander Ovechkin. Just going to flag that. Svechnikov to Tampa. Larkin is going to the Vegas Golden Knights. Hintz to Boston. Zegras to Seattle, going to be electric there. Shea Theodore, Detroit. The Vancouver Canucks select Matt Barzal. Pick 18, round 2 goes Kyle Connor. Going to be playing with the Chicago Blackhawks and Braden Point. Willie Nylander, St. Louis, just kidding, San Jose. Jordan Kyrou off to the Oilers. Nick Suzuki going to go be playing with the LA Kings. Jesper Bratt to the Buffalo Sabres. The dog is all in my wires right now. It's kind of weird. Thomas Chabot is to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Elias Lindholm going to the Ottawa Senators. Devon Toews to the Montreal Canadiens. Matty Berners to the Avalanche. Lindholm to St. Louis. I just want to see one player go back home. The Carolina Hurricanes pick up Aaron Ekblad. Slavin to the Leafs. Zibanejad to the New Jersey Devils. Boldy to Pittsburgh. Ryan Nugent Hopkins all the way to the Winnipeg Jets. So again, still haven't had a player go back to their regular squad. I have ended the fantasy draft. Let's go take a look at these rounds. We're going to go to round number 3, where the Ottawa Senators select Dougie Hamilton, Gaudreau, Mark Stone, Cole Caulfield, Stamkos, Marchand, Buchnevich. Did I miss Alex Ovechkin? Did he go in this first round and I'm just blind? So Ovechkin didn't go there. Didn't go in the second. The third round, I'm not seeing... Oh, there he is. Alexander Ovechkin to the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. Huberdeau, DeBrincat, Pietrangelo off to Arizona to play with Shesterkin, I believe. No, Vasilevsky. Sanderson gets drafted here. Lucas Raymond. Still not seeing any player that is going... Oh, there we go. Kent Johnson, 10th overall here in the third round, is going back to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Some big names going here. Saros, Troy Terry, John Carlson. Going to the fourth round, our best names here. We got Alex Tuch, Drew Doughty, Rowinski, Bo Horvat. Sorry if I'm missing your favorite player. Jamie Drysdale, Morgan Riley, Thomas Hertel, William Eklund, Thatcher Demko, Darnell Nurse, Lafreniere, Zach Hyman, Quinn Byfield, Chichurin. So it looks like Freddie Anderson goes back to the Toronto Maple Leafs there as well. Fifth round, let's see, John Tavares goes, Philip Gustafson, Dawson Mercer. We got Jeff Skinner, Pesce, Tyler Toffoli, Nikolai Ehlers, Pierre-Luc Dubois, Vladimir Tarasenko, Luke Hughes, Kuzmenko. So names are getting a little bit smaller. Josh Norris goes in this round, as well as Anze Kopitar, Slavkovsky, Ville Husso, Lassie Thompson or Logan Thompson, something, one of the two. Stuart Skinner, Shane Wright going back to the Montreal Canadiens, Gabe Vilardi, Morgan Frost, Noah Hannafin drops to the 7th round. It looks like in the 7th round, Ryan O'Reilly's going back to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Nazem the Dream is going back to Colorado. Kuznetsov, Robin Lehner is going this round. We got Joe Pavelski, Leo Carlson, Jack Quinn, William Carlson. Anyone? Brent Burns, a big name. Capo Caco, Matt Duchene, Andre Burakovsky, Jonas Korpisalo, Alexander Romanov, Jake DeBrus, Evander Kane to the Leafs, Dmitry Orlov, Aiden Hill, Max Domi. Okay, we won't go too much into it. Maybe go one more round here. Shane Gostisbehere goes to the Predators. Sagan goes to the Minnesota Wild. Tony DeAngelo to Tampa. Max Pacioretty to Detroit. Peyton Krebs, Alex Fermenton, Vinny Trocheck, David Perron, Cody Glass. Okay. So the drafts were a little interesting. But let's go through each team really quickly. We'll go into view lines. Actually, let me simulate to the regular season right here, and we'll guess who the Stanley Cup champion is. We'll simulate 1 year and see how the team plays. Simulating still takes some time in NHL 24, just like it did in NHL 23. But let's go into view lines and take a look at each of the squads here. So the Anaheim Ducks, I'm only really going to look at the first line. We got Ovi, Kopitar, Jack Eichel, pretty damn solid on the back end. Vinny Dunn, Mo Seider. Moving on to the next squad. Not the greatest defenseman for the Arizona Coyotes, but I don't know who. They drafted a goaltender in first round, so that makes sense. The Boston Bruins, little groupie hints. JT Miller, Kevin Hayes. Boston's not the greatest team so far. I'm going to still give it Anaheim is the best team. We're going to go into the Buffalo Sabres now. I'm going to go ahead and say the Buffalo Sabres are now the best team. The Calgary Flames, some good players on the Calgary Flames. No real bad players. I think it's a really good balanced team actually defensively. Yeah, Calgary Flames are now my favorite team to win. The Carolina Hurricanes. Lots of 90s on that first line. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And you got Tavares. I still think Calgary might be a little bit better. I'm going to go Calgary still. Let's go back to even strength. The Chicago Blackhawks. Good squad. Some youth on this team. Shane Pinto, Jacob Pelletier, Heidel. Not a bad squad there. The Colorado Avalanche have the combo of Brad Marchand and Austin Matthews. The Columbus Blue Jackets got 87 overall. Jeff Skinner, Nikita Kucherov, Kent Johnson. Defensively, we got Shabbat and Darnell Nurse as their main two. Moving on to the Dallas Stars, Bo Horvat, Nikas DeBrincat, Teravainen. Pretty good squad there. Keep going down quickly here. The Detroit Red Wings, Caprill the Thrill, who went, I believe, 5th overall, so a very high selection for Caprill the Thrill. Defensively, a really good 1-2 punch in Letang and Shea Theodore, especially for just 1 year. The Edmonton Oilers are going to get Ivan Provorov, and on the offensive side, not anything too crazy, if I'm being honest. Jason Robertson, obviously a stud. The Florida Panthers, Florida looks weak. Florida definitely looks weak. They must have a goaltender or a defenseman. I have to check the goaltender for them. Okay, they have Sorokin. So maybe they get through with Sorokin, but not the best team. Jake Gunsel going to LA with Suzuki, Konechny, a really small first line there. All under 6 feet tall. Matt Duchene, another player under 6 feet. Zuccarello under 6 feet. Sam Gagner under 6 feet. Do they have, okay, their third and fourth line have some 6 footers, but their top 6, no 6 feet players, 6 foot tall players, but they got Roman Josi back there, who is an absolute electric, beautiful man. Jonathan Huberdeau, 88 overall from a 93 the previous year. And defensively, Owen Power, who's going to grow into something really special for that team. Lafreniere, Connor Bedard. So this team went young. We had Lafreniere, Connor Bedard, Pavel Buchnevich, Jesse Puljujarvi, Hayden. So Bedard and Laffy Taffy going to be playing together. Devon Hayes, or Tays, not Hayes. Moving on to the Nashville Predators, where they got Sidney Crosby, Vladimir Tarasenko, Alex Tuch, Jordan Staal, Boone Jenner. This might be a gritty team. This team might be pretty good. I think Calgary's still pretty damn good. But moving on to the New Jersey Devils, Leon Draisaitl, Mark Stone, and Mika Zibanejad. So far, this is the best line in NHL 24, guaranteed, that I've seen. And they also have a really good second line. And defensively, I mean, serviceable defenseman. Jonas Brodin's pretty good. Moving on to the New York Islanders, Timmy Stützle playing with Patty Kane and Joel Farabee. This is not the greatest team, but Stützle and Batherson stay together. And then if we go take a look at their defensemen, hopefully have somebody, a good 1-2 connection with Sergachev and Doughty. The Rangers, Stegan Holler and Erik Karlsson, their new offensive defenseman after replacing, looks like, Adam Fox. Fiala, Hischier, Meyer, Karlsson. All teams are pretty balanced, I would say. Obviously, in a fantasy draft, that's what's going to happen. Philly, Hughes, Keller, Kuzmenko, Besser, and defensively, John Carlson. Cale Makar on Pittsburgh with Evan Bouchard. Their offense not as strong. Definitely drafted some younger players like Wyatt Johnson. Gabe Velarde's a really young. Matt Boldy's young, so team will grow a little bit. But we're moving on to St. Louis, which is also known as the San Jose Sharks. Thomas Hertl going back home. Poor guy. Can't get out of can't get out of San Jose. Schmaltz, Willie Nylander, Bertuzzi, Bowen Byram, and Adam Fox. The Kraken have Pulak, have Panarin, Zegras, Thomas, Marchand. Good team there as well. The St. Louis Blues, Tkachuk, Giroux. So Giroux playing with a new Tkachuk now. Chandler Stevenson, Chris Kreider, Sam Reinhart, Lindholm, Pelech, Orlov. Good squad there. The Tampa Bay Lightning, Barkov, Pavelski, Svechnikov as their top line. Defensively, Uyghur and Larson. Slavin to the Leafs, playing with Jack-Eye, who is at 78 overall. Nathan McKinnon, Cole Caulfield, Evander Kane, Sean Monahan, Ryan O'Reilly coming back to the squad. And we're moving on to the Vancouver Canucks. Matty Barzal with Philip Forsberg and Duclair, who's an 85 overall. Good for Duclair. Morgan Riley, and then Charlie McAvoy. The Vegas Golden Knights. Wow, look at the stash on Ryan Lindgren. Also have Noah Dobson, Ehlers, and then Larkin, Mitch Marner. The Washington Capitals get Brady Tkachuk. It's not that great of a squad. McCann, Lars Eller coming back to Washington. Rasmus Dahlin's a stud. And then the Winnipeg Jets, Chikrin, Zadorov, Giroux, Connor McDavid. So he's really going to have to carry this team at 97 overall. And then the Ottawa Senators are the final team we'll take a look at here. And they are led by Elias Lindholm, Mikko Rantanen. Don't want any of the help there. Dawson Mercer. Please go away. Thank you very much. And we're going to go take a look at the defense. And they got Dougie Hamilton. So I'm going to simulate the entire year. My prediction, I'm going to go with the Calgary Flames, win it all. And the leading scorer, I feel like it's going to be someone weird. It's not going to be McDavid. I'm going to go ahead and say, who was the team that had the 95, 90, 90? I'm going to say Leon. This is a tough one. This is a tough one here. Do I be safe? I'm going to say Sidney Crosby somehow finds a way to lead the league in scoring. That is my prediction. I will see you at the end of the regular season. With the year coming to an end, let's go take a look at who led the league, and it was the Columbus Blue Jackets. 49 wins, 23 losses, 10 overtime losses, 108 points. Then from second to fifth, all tied with 101. Florida, Vegas, New Jersey, Anaheim, Colorado. Calgary doesn't even make the Stanley Cup playoffs, which is a terrible prediction on my part. Vancouver, Arizona, and the worst team in the league was the Montreal Canadiens and Washington Capitals. 32 wins, 31 wins, but that's completely fine. I have a feeling, I definitely know it wasn't Crosby, but I feel like it's going to be some crazy two-way forward who leads the league. I'm trying to think of who it could be. Let's go into entire league. Nikita Kucherov, 58 goals, 60 helpers, 118 points. Sebastian Aho, Claude Giroux, Jason Robertson, David Pastrnak, Jeff Skinner, 98 points on Columbus. Who was he playing with? I believe it was Aho. Columbus. He's playing with Nikita Kucherov, so that probably explains it. Erik Karlsson at 98 points. We got Clayton Keller with a really good year. Connor McDavid, 47 and 47. Zibanejad, Leon Draisaitl, Timmy Stützle, Jesper Bratt, Trevor Zegras has a breakout year, 42 goals. Adam Fox, 90 for Ovi. Going down, a lot of players above a point per game though. Chandler Stevenson, Mark Stone, Nathan McKinnon, Caprilla Thrill, Nico Hischier, Artemi Panarin. We got Willie Nylander, Brad Marchand, and that would be the last one. But Ivan Barbashov, if that's how you pronounce it, I'm sorry if it's not. 81 points. Even Matt Duchene, 81 points. Not a bad year there. But let's get into the postseason here and take a look. Ooh, the dog's upset right now. Percy, don't be mean. We're going to go into the postseason, and let's take a look at who is going to take the Stanley Cup. We're going to simulate the entire... Oh, I don't want to do this. No. Auto fix rosters. Thank you very much. Best lines. I guess we got Belleville still playing in the league. So Florida looks to be the dominant one. I'm going to choose a random team here. I'm going to go with the Boston Bruins. Get it done. Yeah, Boston Bruins. Why not? Or from the West, we'll take the Anaheim Mighty Ducks because I know Ovi's on that team and he's probably going to take care of business in the playoffs as he normally does. The San Jose Sharks are Stanley Cup champions. So let's go take a look at the San Jose Sharks, and I want to take a look at the playoff tree and see how each team did. So San Jose takes out Detroit. So let's go look at San Jose and Detroit. Player stats. And we're going to go to the San Jose Sharks, who are the Stanley Cup champions. Adam Fox, William Nylander, Hurdle, Bertuzzi, Pearson. Nice. And then the Detroit Red Wings. Detroit had Caprill, Scheifele, Theodore, Letang, Atkinson, Granlund, Kempe. Two really good squads. I mean, there's not anything you'd say other than that. Player stats, we'll see who led the way in the postseason, and it was Nick Schmaltz and then Erik Karlsson. Erik Karlsson 25 and 16, which is crazy. So the Rangers played pretty well, but couldn't get it done. And we're going to go take a look at the awards to close this out. San Jose, Columbus, Art Ross, Hart Trophy. James Norris goes to Karlsson once again. Lady Bing to Claude Giroux. Connor Bedard with the Calder. The Conn Smythe goes to Schmaltz, Vezina, Scott Wedgwood, William M. Jennings, Mackenzie Blackwood, Bill Masterton, Adam Larson. The coach goes to the Boston coach, Nico Hischier, with the Selke Trophy. And the Ted Lindsay goes to Nikita Kucherov, as well as the Maurice Rocket Richard. So that's what would happen in NHL 24 if they restart the league with a fantasy draft. Let me know who was the biggest shock in the fantasy draft going number 5. Was it potentially Caprill the Thrill, or was Ovi too late? Let me know down in the comments below, and have a great day. More NHL 24 content coming soon.